All right, let's talk about something that drives every leader a little bit crazy. What is the real source of a team's motivation? I promise you, the answer is a lot simpler and way more powerful than you probably think. You've been there, right? You build this incredible team. A players, total rock stars, people you hired because they had that spark. But then, slowly, over time, that spark just kind of fizzles out. Deadlines start slipping, the energy in the room drops, and you're just left scratching your head wondering, what went wrong here? Is it them? Is it me? It is, without a doubt, one of the most frustrating feelings in leadership. And you know, our first instinct is often to blame the person. We think, oh, they're lazy, or they just don't have the right work ethic. But that's a total myth. The truth is so much simpler. Motivation isn't some magical internal resource that you either have or you don't. It is a direct, predictable response to one single thing: how much control a person feels they have over their own work. This quote from Steve Chandler just hits the nail on the head. It completely reframes the entire problem for us. See, it's not about trying to force yourself to feel motivated. It's about creating an environment where people naturally feel in control. And this is a total game changer because it turns motivation from something you just hope for into something you can actually build systematically. So to make this super practical, let's use a simple framework. Let's call it the control motivation dial. Seriously, just picture a volume knob. On one side, you have the amount of control a person feels they have. On the other, you have their motivation level. The relationship is direct, it's predictable. You turn up the control, and the motivation goes up right along with it. So this dial basically has three main settings. All the way at the bottom, you have the pawn. This is someone who is just told exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it. Their motivation, it's basically at zero. This is the land of quiet quitting. Now, in the middle, you've got the player. They have a clear goal, but they have the freedom to figure out how to get there. Their motivation is pretty solid, right? Moderate to high. But then, all the way at the top, you have the creator. This person is the author of their work. Their mindset is, this is mine, and their motivation is just maxed out. Okay, so the theory sounds good, right? But let's see how this actually plays out in the real world. We're going to look at a case study of a struggling software team that shows this principle in such a powerful way. So here's the scene, and it's a story we've all seen before. A software team is falling behind. The manager, trying to be helpful, does what feels intuitive. They tighten the screws. They add more process, more check-ins, daily stand-ups that drag on forever. Every little thing requires their approval. In our terms, they grabbed that team's control dial and just cranked it all the way down to zero. And the result? Well, it was completely predictable. A total disaster. The team's motivation didn't just take a dip, it completely evaporated. They became those classic pawns, just sitting back, waiting to be told what to do next. They took zero initiative. And the manager? They became a huge bottleneck because now every single decision had to flow through them. By trying to control the problem, they actually made it 100 times worse. But then a new manager comes in and completely flips the script. Her very first move is just radical. She gets rid of all the micromanagement. She tells the team, flat out, my job isn't to control you, it's to give you a clear destination and then clear the road for you. She understood that her real job was to be a dealer in control, not a hoarder of it. And she didn't just nudge the dial up a little. Oh no. She gave them a clear objective, handed them the budget, and gave them full autonomy to solve their own problems. Whether that was a slow server or a clunky approval process, she turned their control dial all the way up to 10. She turned them from pawns into creators. And the payoff was just incredible. It was immediate and dramatic. With this new agency, the team started taking real ownership. They swarmed problems, their motivation shot through the roof, they started hitting their deadlines, and the quality of their work skyrocketed. They went from being the worst performing team in the entire company to the absolute best, all because their leader had the courage to give them back control. Okay, that story is super powerful. But the real question is, how do you actually apply this? How can you be the kind of leader who consistently turns the dial up for your team, not down? Let's get into the playbook. Here are 4 things you can do, starting today. First, change your whole mindset. Start seeing yourself as a dealer in control. Your job is to give it away, not to hold on to it. Second, delegate outcomes, not tasks. Give your team the what and the why, but let them have the creative freedom to figure out the how. Third, push decisions down. The person closest to the work, the engineer in the code, the designer talking to users, they should have the power to make the call. And finally, number 4, fight bureaucracy. You have to see red tape and endless approvals for what they really are, giant, soul-crushing motivation killers. So this is it. This is the critical shift in thinking. The next time you see someone on your team who's disengaged, stop yourself from asking, what's wrong with them? Instead, ask a much better question. What part of their environment is making them feel out of control? The problem is almost never the person. It's the setting on their control dial.
The big takeaway here is so simple. Control is the currency of motivation. And as a leader, you're the one with the power to distribute it. So I'll leave you with the challenge. What is one decision, just one, that you are holding on to right now that you could give to your team today? Find it, let it go, and just watch what happens.